why do we have to pay 10% more to get a bullion coin from the U.S. Mint than just about every other mint in the world? Welcome to Ocotillo Mining Company, your source for investment grade gold and silver bullion coins. And I have three good reasons why it's worth considering paying extra to get a coin from the U.S. Mint, a gold eagle or a silver eagle, platinum eagle, palladium eagle, why it's worth paying that extra premium. I have three good reasons to do so. And the first is that you may be able to get a really sweet deal on a generic round, a generic bar, for just a few dollars over spot, or maybe a couple percentage points over spot, and you won't have to buy any particular quantity to get it. It's just a really good price for an ounce of raw silver. But when it comes time to sell it, if you're selling it in any large quantities, or during a time of financial stress, economic stress, money's tight, the lender, if you're using it as collateral, or the buyer, may want to do an assay or an appraisal of whatever you're putting up for sale or as collateral. Now, I've never had to assay metal before, precious metal before, but I imagine it could be $50, it could be $500. And whether it happens in just a few hours in-house, if they have an assayer on the payroll there, or it might take a week or two while they ship it somewhere else and then have it come back with a report of its purity or fineness. It's just another delay, another fee you don't want. It's just one more fee that cuts into the proceeds from the sale. It's just one more fee that adds to your effective interest rate if you're using it for a loan. You just don't need it. But when you buy a bullion coin from a government mint, you're getting that stamp of approval. The purity is listed right on there at, can I do that here? There, you see that? 0.39 is fine, 49 is fine, whatever it is. The borrower or the buyer, the lender or the buyer has all the faith and trust in the mint that this is what you say it is. Okay, so it makes the selling process or the borrowing process a lot easier, a lot quicker. And if you do this with the Royal Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint, the Perth Mint, other mints around the world, you probably will run into the same lack of resistance. In other words, who's ever giving you the money, they'll see that it's from a approved government mint, and that's good enough. But I imagine that in times of severe economic stress, only good old American Eagles are going to have that same privilege. Okay, and so that's why it's worth paying that extra premium if that is your motivation down the road to sometimes sell these in great quantities in the future. Just something to think about. The second reason why you would want to own American Eagles, gold or silver, platinum or palladium, is that there's no reporting requirements on the sale. And what do I mean by that? When you buy a house, when you sell a house or get a mortgage, that's reported immediately. Okay, the whole world knows that you sold your house to some buyer, or some mortgage company, some lender put a lien on your house for X amount of dollars. The whole world knows about that. Okay, but when you sell American Eagles in any quantity, there's no immediate reporting requirements. Now, this is not a tax dodge. I'm not telling you how to evade taxes. I'm telling you, you still have to report the gain or the loss on your taxes, at the next filing period. But as far as the whole world finding out the sale of your bullion coins, nobody really has to know except for you and the buyer. That's you and the buyer. That's it. Okay, it's an extra layer of privacy. All right, it's a personal transaction. The world does not need to know that you sold a lot of Eagles. All right, now there are reporting requirements on other forms of precious metals. And in general, and this is just a general overview, if the amount is greater than what a futures contract is, so 1,000 ounces of gold or 5,000 ounces of silver, if the amount that you sold is greater than that, then that has to be reported immediately. But as far as good old American Eagles, that doesn't have to be done. All right, so that's two reasons. A third reason is if you've ever traveled overseas, you know that about an hour before you land, you have to fill out those customs declaration forms. And one of the things you have to attest to, in addition to 200 cigars, all right, is if you're bringing in to the taking out of the country more than $10,000 in cash, cashier's checks, money orders, stock certificates, you know, that kind of thing. All right, now, on a bullion coin, you'll see on the back here, it says $1 US. I hope I get the reflection right there, $1 US. Okay, that's the face value of this hunk of metal. All right, so if you took out 10,000 silver hunks of metal with that US $1 on it, or less than 9,999 hunks of metal, you don't have to put that on your customs declaration form. You might need a couple people to take your 1,000 ounces of silver out to the car or taxi, but you don't have to report it on your customs declaration form. Same thing is true for gold. Gold has $50 on the back of their coin, on the reverse of their coin. Platinum has $100 stamped on the reverse of their coin. So again, this is not about a tax dodge. This is not about stealing or spiriting money out of the country. But if you feel uncomfortable carrying $10,000 in cash or more, you might want to consider adding a few precious metal gold coins or platinum coins inside your suitcase. There's no reporting requirement for that on the customs declaration form. So I hope this gives you some good reasons to consider buying American Eagles. And I got to tell you, at the current premiums they are right now, I'm having a hard time justifying buying American Eagles. In general, this is my buying strategy for precious metals of any kind. When prices are low, I buy the numismatic quality coins, and that includes premium investment grade gold and silver bullion coins, because the premium might be the same percentage or the same dollar amount. The cost of the metal is much, much less, so you end up picking up these coins at good prices. As prices go up, I tend to focus on getting more and more of the raw coins, because the premium just isn't there. All right, numismatic coins, collectible coins, will skyrocket in value when the price of the underlying metal goes up in value, and it's a huge multiples. Now, if you feel the same way I do about having a lot of American Eagles, and you're not too concerned about how they look, how they're pretty, wait till large dealers of precious metals have a sale, and it will usually be on Cull. They call them Cull, C-U-L-L, or Random Year, but you can usually pick up a lot of U.S. Mint Eagle coins for just a few dollars over spot per ounce. Okay, it's a great way to do it. You still get the full benefit of the purity and trust guarantee from the U.S. Mint, but you aren't paying for a brand spanking new shiny silver dollar or gold eagle. You're getting something that's dinged up a little bit, tarnished a little bit, maybe there's a little patina on there, whatever. It's not a perfect looking coin, but it's perfect in every other sense in terms of when you sell it, no reporting requirements. If times of stress, the lender may say, I want to get this assayed or appraised. Again, if it's an American Eagle, that won't happen. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Ocotillo Mining Company. If it ain't worth buying, we don't sell it.